Hello friend, here's the story so far. We're working on building a distillery. Ooh, nice. So that we can make some booze to make people cheerful and probably to end up selling the booze. Problem number one, we've got no workers on site. Yeah, well, okay, well, we'll figure that one out in due course. Well, actually, we probably ought to figure that one out as the first manoeuvre here, and actually sticking another building in there is not necessarily the worst idea. We'll do that now so I can press on. Hold on. No, that's education. Every time. It looks a bit like a house. Shut up. Right, bang that on here. Yes, we're paying the money? We're paying the money. And then we'll give them a handy footpath that can double as firstly their means of getting to the construction site, and secondly their means of going and working in the distillery when the distillery is complete. Lovely. Right, okay, so there's that. The story so far, friend, is that we don't have any workers on the construction site at the moment, which is a bit of a drag. The second thing that I did, following my nose in that way that I sometimes do, is we went into town like this. It was a little bit like this, probably less scenic. I probably zoomed out a bit and went, where is it? It's there. And then we went to see if we had some resources that we needed to build the building. And I went like, boards, yes, good, got boards. Brick, a little bit low, but we are topping it up on a regular basis, so that's fine. Prefab panels, as far as the eye can see. Panels. It's the German version of the word. But steel. I went, oh no, am I selling steel to everybody again, and therefore I've got none of my own? So I zoomed back out and I went, what's going on over here at yonder steelworks? So we had a look, and I went, no, we've got lots of workers. In fact, there's probably more workers here than at any other building I possess. But they've got no iron. And I went, oh, no iron. So let's go to the iron building. And I kind of go, we've got one chap in there, but he's not actually got anything to do because there's no iron coming down the mountain when she comes. So I go, well, I'll follow that up the mountain. We'll go, oi, iron mine, what's your caper? Kind of go, there's no one working here. I go, all right, that'd be the problem. I said, but I built a block of flats right next door so that you'd have people to work there. They all moved out. They left in the middle of the night, scampered across the hill, and left for pastures new. Let's fix that, shall we? Now, if the block of flats alone weren't enough, I also cavort some people up the hill in this here bus, which I anticipate is empty. It's empty, look, and that's going to be a problem. If we're not getting any... I tell you, I ought to just blow all these buses up. They serve absolutely no purpose. Nobody ever uses it. Look at this. We've got all kinds of chaos going on here. What are you selling? Meat, although you're empty. You? Bitumen. Good. Keep up the good work. You, bitumen. Good. You? Bitumen. There's going to come a point where I need that stuff, you know, and then you lot will be out of business. So the easiest thing to do is what I'm going to do first, which is just build another block of flats here. And we'll do that. Yep. Yeah, kind of go, you're being forcibly relocated. Oh, don't worry, there are plenty of jobs for all of you. Is it a nice part of your country? Oh, most definitely. Some of the best views anywhere in the land. Oh, well, that sounds charming. It is charming. And you're really going to get to benefit from it. Oh, okay. Well, we'll go then. Well, I know you will because you've got no say in the matter. Well, since nobody's using that, let's bulldoze all this footpath. Don't bulldoze the tunnel. 2 reasons. 1, really expensive. 2, people are using it. And Sylvester Stallone is not one of them. That's an obscure reference. Yes, okay, so we'll get rid of that. We'll see. I'll see if I can get 2 on here, because keeping steel production up is actually more useful than just being able to build new stuff. The export of steel has historically been quite a tidy little earner for me. But what I want to do... What do you mean existing infrastructure? You telling me you can't build here because there's a tunnel underneath? I rather suspect you are. Right, okay, you need flattening. Well, we'll do that. Have some flat. There you go. I'm not paying a penny for it. I'm using my own personal bulldozers. But we will pay the money to actually place the building afterwards, because I ain't got all day. Go on, bang that in there. Right, and then next door to that we'll stick a... No, we won't. No, you haven't. You've not left enough space. Well, let's make these people walk further. Yes, they're sure to love that, since the original inhabitants all legged it. Making it so that they have a really long walk to go and work in the mines is something they are sure to applaud. I honestly don't care if they're applauding or not. Right, get in there. Yeah, hello, autosave. And then this one, yeah, you get in there as well. God, some other infrastructure is... You and your terrain alignment collision. Come here. You, over here. The only reason I'm doing this is so that should you catch fire, we can put that fire out. Now, if you don't want that safety feature, which we provide free of charge to all citizens, what infrastructure's in the way? There isn't any. Look at it. This is an infrastructure-free zone. I think that's part of the problem. Come here. Yeah, there you go. Right, good. No, it's not the most elegant of connections. I'll warrant, but it's you know, it will do the job anyway. Right, let's now give you some footpaths. That one can cross there. This one can cross here. No. Or how about here? No. How about why not? See, you can. You just have to want to. Right, let's stick that there. Maybe a bit of this. There isn't any infrastructure in the way. There really isn't. There genuinely is no infrastructure that is causing you any dilemmas at all. There you go. Do that, and then this. Nope. Oh, you vex me so. Alright, well, we'll send you round the houses instead then. You, come over this way. Hang on, let's use at least the tiniest amount of thought in this. Then swing that round there, bang that on here. I don't think it's going to be close enough, but we'll have a look anyway. Kill that, open this, talk to this one. Right, good. So, temporarily, we now have some workers. But I strongly suspect that they too will leg it pretty quickly if I don't provide some local amenities. So I'm going to provide some local amenities, and we'll self-fund those, by which I mean we'll import what we need to make them work. Because keeping the spice flowing is kind of important if we are to prosper as a small nation. What about a shopping centre? Oh, that'd just be hilarious. It's 123,000. It's a bad place for a shopping centre. As much as it would be quite funny. It would tickle me anyway to have the only proper shopping mall in my country up next to the iron mine. That would have the locals raving there. What's this clown's problem? I'm just guessing, but did he run out of fuel? What's your problem? No, you've got fuel. Why are you only doing 35 kilometres an hour? Shake a leg, son. Come on, we've got work to do. Right. Oh, well, where was I? Shopping centre small. Has footprint large. Is so unacceptable. What about a grocery store? How can you possibly need that much space? It's just a little shop. I mean, you know, we could open a little shop at just... I mean, it only needs to be a garage or something. There we go. Look, we'll stick it in there. And if it is willed to be so, we'll be able to squeak a little bit of road in there as well. And I feel good about this. There we go. It has been willed to be so. Right, we'll now say... What's the problem? No sellers. No. I'm sure that'll figure itself out. We'll auto-purchase everything. Yeah. It's not cheap, but it does save me from having to figure out the logistics of getting stuff up here. Now, later on, I probably will figure out the logistics of getting things to places, but almost everything that I've got built to date will have been bulldozed by that point. Because we are constructing with our eye firmly on need rather than elegance. Don't worry about the ghost trucks. They mean you no harm. They are your friends and are unlikely to cause you any dilemmas in any regard. We'll also get them a pub. There you go. If I can find a place to put it. Now, I could probably get a football pitch in here. I can't get a football pitch in here either. No. I could delete the electrical bits and just move it, and that frees up quite a lot of space here. You're going to regret it. Yeah, but since when was regret something that I ever paid too much attention to? Right, okay, get rid of all of this lot. We can put the substation just about anywhere and it will still work. We're still outputting iron ore, even though there's no electricity. Basically, they're just throwing it down a conveyor belt at this stage. Right, I need a pub and I need a school and I need a football pitch and then I need a substation to power it all. Make that happen for me. Right, you here. Get as close as we can while not having any overlap of anything that upsets anybody. There you go. Good. I tell you, free flattening. Oh, it's like Christmas. Right, give me that and this, and you connect up to there. See, no griping. They know what's what. Good. You, booze. No, your food. Didn't I just build one of those? We've got 2 shops now. You weren't paying suitable amount of attention there. Get rid of it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're not wasting the space. I mean, you know, usually I'd go 2 shops. All right, fair enough. So be it. Choice. You know, we'll call that competition. We'll say that this is the early signs of glasnost and a bit of free market enterprise coming into effect. But no, instead we'll rebuild that as the building I intended to place in the first place. But hey, we're making money, so, you know, I'm over it. Actually, can you fit in there? It'd be super duper if you could. You know, we'll do any... Oh, I saw it. Do we think that's in catchment range of the buildings? Second question, do we care that much? Go on, get in there. Go on, for me. Go on. No? Okay, we'll do it properly then. There you go, bang it in. Okay, right, good. In which case we can put a lovely, lovely kindergarten right next to the mine, and that'll make people very pleased indeed. Right, sling that on there. If I stick up some paths in a moment, I'm sure that will help us all out as well. So, oh, hello. They've all got wind of something. I'm not sure what, but they've gone, no, we're off. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to bet it's because the power reserve that they were storing in a bank of Duracell batteries has now run out. Yes. Why have I not connected that bit of road? I was only doing this a minute and a half ago. It's something that I would remember. There you go, I've done it now. That's working. It could be anything. Right, anyway, I need a school. Let's get the substation back up first, otherwise you'll only forget. I mean, you'd almost forgotten as it was. High voltage, no. Medium voltage, please. Substation. If it will fit about here, that would be absolutely peachy. No, what about here? Still peachy if you fit in there. This one? No. That one. I can't really go any further than this. Go on, anywhere around here would be brilliant. I'm not even that bothered about people having to live near high tension lines at this stage. I just want to give you all electricity. No, without using up the space that I want to stick my school in. Whoop, gently. Sorry, that was me. Yeah, no. Flat terrain. Okay, it doesn't use up too much space. Keep it coming this way. No, it doesn't want to fit in there. Find somewhere it does want to fit, like here. It wants to flatten the terrain. I'm paying for that. Flatten the terrain. There you go. Right, and then build it with the rubles. If you've got flat terrain, I just did it with my own flattening systems. Go. Right. Then rig it up with some cableage, and everybody is all grins and charm once again. Right, take you out to there. Take this over to... What do you mean it's too sharp? It's cables, for crying out loud. Alright, well, alright. We'll go around as far as we can here. don't cling on to the life that you have there, pylons. We're going to be removing you just momentarily. Will it get to there? I reckon it might. It's going to be close. All right. Okay. Well, get it. Don't do anything then. Remove that one, and then try this. This is not that. Has that done it? Looks like it might have. Are you juiced? You are. Well, you are to an extent juiced. Right. Good. This is back on again. Yes, sirree, Bob. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we're back in business. Now fling a school in there, and everything is glorious, and we can get back on with some kind of narrative, rather than you just yelling aimlessly at this stuff. Education. Kindergarten. How much space do you need? Not a huge amount. Oh, hold on. Didn't it go the right colour there? It did. Needs a bit of flattening, but that is well within our means. Right about here. Say when. Thank you. And job's a good un. Go on, we'll get it as close to there as we can. That'll do nicely. Right, okay, now hopefully this will be enough to motivate the peoples of the locale to stay here. No, there isn't much in the way of any education beyond 4-year-old. Alright, I'll try it just for you, but honestly, I don't think it's going to work. I think I'm going to have a hell of a time getting the road to fit, and that's if I can make the school fit somewhere that people can actually commute to, which is not there. That's too far. They won't walk 250 metres, which is what that'll be. I mean, they'd get to walk under the conveyor belt, which would be jolly exciting. As a young school child, I'm sure they'd be thrilled at the idea. Shall I do it anyway? Oh, how much does it cost? 16 grand. Yeah, alright, do it anyway. Can you get a road under there? Probably not. Alright, well, try some action rotation, and then you might be able to get underneath the conveyor belt there. Equally, you might not be able to get under the conveyor belt there, but you know, you don't know until you give it a go. This is a bad idea. I'm just putting that down on paper now, so that we have a permanent record of the fact that that is a bad idea. Right, gravel road. There's some infrastructure in the way. You really amaze me. Do we think we can get under there? I think we could get under there. How much clearance have we got there? Not an awful lot. Oh. Alright, well, look, I'm not dispirited. What we shall do is we will take the lower terrain tool, which won't do anything because there's a conveyor belt in the way. But I just want to lower the terrain underneath the conveyor ever so slightly. And that will facilitate the construction of a nice piece of road that will allow the children to get an education and further themselves, so that they may not needlessly be trapped in the same career as their parents, that of working in the steel mine. Steel mine now, is it? Oh, hold on, we can get a footpath under there. Alright, all may not be lost. The only downside is that there's no fire brigade access. So at some point, if it catches fire, as schools occasionally do, everyone's going to burn to death. Which is, well, that's not cheerful, is it? No, it's not. Get across there, would you? No, there's some infrastructure in the way. That flaming isn't. Go on, you come this way. No. Look, I just need anything here. Just throw me any kind of a bone in the slightest. There you go, we'll do that as well. Surely some of this has got to help. They're going for it anyway, so the school is in range. I was wrong with that regards. You need staff and teachers. I'm sure we'll get both. We've got some students in the playground. That's always a good place to start. I think we're going to need another housing construction. I don't know how I ended up where we're spending the entire episode here trying to build the smallest possible conurbation up here in the mountains. And yet, here we are. Right. Now, you've got a similar problem going on in that I can definitely build a block of flats here, but getting road access is going to prove to be difficult. No. Yes. No. Yes. Right. Okay. Because if all this pays off, then, you know, a golden age is surely not far from our current grasp. It's, you know, I feel relatively certain that we're going to enter good times being had by all. You're going to need to connect to there somehow. What do you think of your chances? Well, I think you ought to be doing it with the free build. Yeah. Yep. Keep going. I'm not going to try putting anything else in here, so just this is really all we need. You're almost there. Oh, tiger. Beautiful. Except you didn't actually build it. Hold on. There you go. Fund it. With dollars? I haven't got any dollars. Fund it with rubles then. Right. Good. This should be enough people. There's still no one living here, but they surely will now that this is a magnificent employment zone par excellence. How many have you got catchment? You've got full catchment. How about you? You too have full catchment. Right. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then, since I'm feeling like I've got some money at the moment, is we'll buy some people. We won't buy some people. That's for dollars, you know. Immigrants from the Soviet bloc. Experts, 8 grand. Just for 5 of them. Nah, we'll just buy regular immigrants for 7 grand. There we go. Welcome, everybody. You've got a rudimentary education, and that's good enough to work in the mines. Start procreating. I've given you everything you could conceivably need other than a football pitch, and you'll get over. Unless I can get a football pitch in here. I was about to move on, but then you dragged me back in. Let's see. I think trying to get a football pitch in here is very much clutching at straws. Yep. Yeah. No. Sorry. No, there is no football pitch here up in... Oh, hold on. We can put one up in the mountains. I can't guarantee that the ball won't constantly roll in one direction. Yeah, go on. We're going to have to hold the button down for a bit, because we are building a football pitch in the mountains, and it is not advisable to build your football. No, you see, you should do that before moving the mouse away. It's not advisable to build a football pitch in the mountains because football pitches, by and large, are renowned for being flat. Obviously, this is a community football pitch, so we'll do it this way instead. We'll get it placed, which we did, and then we'll come over here and we'll go, yeah, buy it. There you go. I'm not waiting. And plus, I don't want to hang around while all of my flipping diggers drive very slowly up the hill. We'll be here until the end of time. Right, you over there. There you go. Get some entertainment in you. They call me Colonel Entertainment. And this is the entertainment zone for those of you who really like mining. Right, there you go. I could do nothing more for you. If this is not good enough for you people, then I don't know what is. I've given you footpaths. I've given you... Look at this lot. It's like a conga line going to the shop. That's not even... That's just the shop. They're going there en masse. Potentially going to loot it. Right, well, we've got 7 workers in there now. It's maybe not as much as I would like, but we are kicking out 10 tons of iron ore a day now, and that is a good place to start. So if we now follow the chain back the other way again, how are we doing on here? 2 of them in there now, and they're going, oh, look, Dave, how should we deal with all this iron ore coming in? Turn the machine on. Roger that. Voltage doing the hokey cokey. Well, we're used to that now. I figure it's because it's broken. And there we go. Iron comes in. We've got coal galore, and we've got steel in the export space. Is that where we want it, though? It seems awfully wasteful, given that I've got 100 workers sat in here, to not have a few more people who have taken it upon themselves to go mining. So we're about to apply a bit of executive overload here, There you go. Override. That's the word I was actually looking for. Yeah, you lot. Looking for a job. You found one. That's not the job I wanted. I don't care. Right, we'll let the new bunch of 10 be the service industry folk for the region. Everyone else, get thee down mine, as people are likely to say in an area of the country that sounds nothing like that and no longer has any mines because they've all been closed down. Right, there we go. Bit of mining and all will be right with the world. See, bit of footy going on, bit of drinking going on, some education is occurring, some extra flipping heck, everyone wants to be a teacher. Evidently teachers get a cushy gig, but I'll tell you what, for once having people with a high school education might not kill me. Right, let us now turn our return our attention to where the story leapt in this direction. Have we got any steel in stock? No, we haven't. We do, however, have a very large queue of... Oh, you've got steel? That's a steel delivery. We turned up at the right time. What are you coming here in search of? You're coming here for steel? Well, I'll tell you something, chum. You arrived at the right time. What about your friend? You have come here for steel. Oh, well, I'll tell you something. You are here at the wrong time. And you would like some steel. Yeah, I got some bad news. Okay, well, so far, it's going to take a little while for that to balance out. But we'll head down and see how the distillery's coming along. Oh, well, it's definitely coming along. We've got 3 whole workers here now. Only 1,100 work days to go. Really? So what are the rest of you lot doing? I moved you in. I gave you the opportunity for a prosperous future. You can't visit a pub. I'm sure I've got a pub here somewhere. Or maybe it's a bit further afield. It is a bit further afield. It's all the way over here. Can you reach it? Negatory. What about the shop? Can you reach that? Yes. Okay, that's something. We don't have to build a shop. What about the football pitch? No. And that's 4 buildings there that don't have football pitch access. Right, okay, well, we've got lots of people who can work in the livestock farm, providing they can stuff some crops into an erstwhile cow and turn that into a handbag. The fields are all growing. In fact, the 2 biggies are about to be ready to be harvested. Ooh, that's tremendously exciting. Yeah, it is. And we're sowing one at the moment. One just finished sowing. We've got 2, well, we got 2 coming up on being harvestable. 1 fairly shortly behind that. My expectation is that over time this will balance out. But the dream is that we have a constant supply of crops waiting to be exported, because there's currently none in the warehouse, which means I've got flipping fallow services. Yeah. Right. And that won't do. No, it won't. But let's resolve the problem here, and then we can call it a day for today while we wait for the resolution of things. So you chaps are going to need a pub, because alcohol makes you happy. I don't know what kind of message we're sending to the youth of today with such blatant alcohol propaganda. But you know, I'm not one to judge. Well, I am. Oh, you know what this is? Oh no, this is going to be the associated refinery boozer. So you work all day brewing the stuff, and undoubtedly helping yourself to, you know, the occasional bottle or 6 to take and sell on the black market. But then you can go for a swifty after work in the boozer. Oh, that's beautiful. And of course it has a rich tradition over in a country that I'm familiar with all of the pubs that are right next door to the brewery. Right, that's we don't have the option to build a brewery, so this is a steady on. You don't look. No, a dirt road will do for only if you can get it around the corner. All right. Well, how about that? You go as far as there. Bring this in like that. There you go. Yeah. That's how you do a 90-degree corner game. Right, yes, good. Comrade Bar Drinks is go. We're going to need a bit more footpath there just so that these chaps can also reach Comrade Food Drinks. Bar Drinks. Drinks. So they can do that. There isn't any infrastructure in the way. You're lying. Whack that in there. Super duper. Right, what else did I say they were missing? Football. Football and alcohol. What a heady combination that is. Oh, yeah, that always ends well. Right, let's sling that in there. There you go. Groovy. And I might even build another building or two just to pad the area out a little bit more. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm not going to redistribute people. We'll buy in some immigrants. Auto-invite immigrants. Let's get some new blood up in here. We don't want our gene pool to become too static. We want the pool to remain fluid, such that one may swim in it, should one desire. Right, there you go. A building's on fire. Anyone want to bet it's the school? Let's have a look. It's a block of flats in Kohlberg. Okay. Well, we've not been out in Kohlberg for a while. I'm pretty sure I've got a fire station here. Pretty sure. Fairly sure there's a fire station nearby. Fairly certain. If they're coming all the way from Failuregrad, Kohlberg's about to lose some of its population. How much is a fire station? Because this is the equation we're going to work through. A fire station is 33,000. Oh dear. Block of flats is 11,000. There's really no decision to be made on this front, friends. If the block of flats burns to the ground, I'll build a new one. Rather than pay for a fire department. It's it's simple mathematics at this point. No, I'm afraid you're all disposable. Why not move next door? I'm sure they've got some room. You got any room? No, we're full. And you? Full. We all work in the coal processing plant and we ruddy love it. Okay. What about you lot? We're waiting for a bus that may or may not ever turn up. Jolly good. What if I were to untick this? Ooh. You can tell bus stops not to transport a certain kind of people. Oh, that's interesting. However, given I only put very limited reliability in this bus scenario situation dealio anyway, that I'm largely over it. Right, that's it. I'm Colonel Failure. This has been business as usual with Colonel Failure. We're burning something down because it's cheaper to let it burn down than it is to build a fire department. Welcome to the world, people. I'll be back soon with a little bit more of the same. Why not tune in for that? It is sure to be an uplifting and spiritually rewarding part of your day. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio. Now, see here. I get a fair few buildings burned down. It's not my fault. I'm not the one living in them. It's an irresponsible use of whale oil and candles. Exactly why people are using whale oil and candles, I couldn't tell you, but that's what the fire investigation department... I don't have a fire investigation department. What am I talking about? As mentioned, it's cheaper to rebuild the thing than it is to build a fire department, so I'll just do that. What's a few lost comrades in the cause of the greater good? Or something along those lines. Anyway, once they've got a sizable amount of vodka inside them, I'm pretty certain that the mood of the peoples is going to accelerate upwards really rather swiftly, and therefore we're about to turn a very major corner here in Failurestan, where everything is about to become peachy permanently, even more so than it is already. Even more so. Oh yes.